A major piece of legislation has been proposed in the USA. In today's video, I'm going to be breaking that piece of legislation down for you and what it means for the cryptocurrency industry. We'll also, of course, be taking a look at the price action of Bitcoin, which has been pretty meh recently. We're diving into that in today's video. My name's Lark. I make videos talking about cryptocurrency investing. If you do appreciate that kind of content, make sure to like this video and of course subscribe to the channel if you are new around here. By the way, every single week my team and I make Wealth Mastery. It's a cryptocurrency investor report twice weekly to your inbox. NFTs, DeFi, altcoins, tips, tricks, opinions, and much, much more. You can sign up for free using the link down below in the description. Now, let's talk about the price of Bitcoin. Holy cow, man. Holy cow, what is going on? We just put in our 25th day of basically just ranging sideways between $28,500 and $31,500. Bitcoin, ya boring, what are you doing here, man? And of course, look at this price action. This is just redonkulous beyond belief. Yesterday, we had this just crazy candle. Let's look at this thing. Price slammed down, slammed back up. Now price slamming down again. Just, it's all over the place. Bitcoin's all over the show right now, leading me to kind of have the feeling just like, Bitcoin, you drunk, man, go home, you're done, you're cut off, son, just go chill out for a while. This kind of price action for Bitcoin is the kind of price action that just drives people crazy, man. You're trying to trade both directions, you know, like, oh my gosh, we're dumping, okay, it's time to short, oh my god, we're pumping, okay, it's time to long. Just get chewed up that way. Basically, we need to wait for the market to determine a direction before getting too excited about any of the stuff we're really seeing going on here. Until we break out of this range, this channel that we're stuck in, not a whole lot going on, to be honest. Not a whole lot of reasons to be excited about the Bitcoin price action at the moment. And of course, just to remind ourselves, we are ages away from the 200-day moving average, which is our bull bear line. Cross back over that, we start talking about recovery. Under that, the bears are in the driver's seat for the market. We're not even close to getting the 50-day simple moving average back underway yet. We've been under that for a long time, ever since mid-April. So that is some very bearish price action continuing here in the markets, with Bitcoin unable to get itself out of the doldrums. Fun times, Bitcoin. I also want to share this chart with you here just to give you a little bit of hopium on an otherwise boring day for the markets price-wise. This is from Gert von Lagen. So he's comparing Bitcoin to the Google charts. Now this is very, very interesting. As he points out here, we had this huge bullish pennant. So this is the Google chart right here, huge bullish pennant, very similar to the one we saw for Bitcoin. We had a big run up. We get a double top forming. You can see here we had a double top on Google forming up. Then we come back down, a fake break below the neckline for that double top, as we saw here with Google, as we see here currently, of course, with Bitcoin. What followed for Google was a massive breakout, with the price rallying to new highs and absolutely soaring, basically. Will that repeat for Bitcoin? That would be cool. I like the chart. Like I said, it's your hopium for the day. Now, the big topic of today's video, of course, is the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency bill that has been proposed in the USA by Senator Cynthia Lummis and Kirsten Gillibrand. So this is a big deal, and here's what you need to know about this bill. First, the bill has not passed yet. It is in its proposal stage, right? It needs to pass through the Senate, it needs to pass through the House of Representatives, it needs to get signed by the president, all that fun kind of stuff. We're not there yet. It's just being proposed at this point. All that stuff could take a while. The final form of whatever the bill ends up looking like, likely not going to match the current version of the bill. But if this is passed in its current form, or it gets better, not worse, of course, that would actually be really, really amazing. It would provide the clarity that the industry has been begging regulators for years. This could be a damn big deal. Now let's get into some of the highlights of the bills. Now look, Just to be clear, this is not everything that's in the bill. There's a lot of stuff. It's a 67-page bill. I've got a summary linked down below in the description. So if you want to go over that, it's only 6 pages. It just kind of gives you the highlights of the main points of the bill. But here are my favorite parts, and of course the most popular parts that everyone seems to be talking about because they are the most important parts of this bill. The first, it'll give the CFTC, which is a very pro-crypto regulatory body in the USA, control over regulating all of the cryptos that are deemed as commodities. Very, very important. That's Bitcoin, that's Ethereum, and likely a huge amount of other coins. Now this is really good, and this is really big, because the SEC has really hurt crypto adoption in the USA. They have consistently been a bad actor. They have been protecting investors by basically just screwing everybody at every turn possible, not approving a spot Bitcoin ETF, keeping people out of, futures trading, keeping people out of some airdrops, keeping people out of token sales. I mean, geez, the US SEC has cost investors billions of dollars of lost potential gains. Giving control over to the CFTC, it's a very positive thing because it treats crypto like commodities. Not all crypto. There will be some crypto that will be securities, just to point that out and to be very, very clear. And the ones that are securities will be regulated by the SEC. So we're going to see a dual regulatory approach where things like Bitcoin or Ethereum, that's probably going to cover a lot of the other top cryptocurrencies. I imagine things like, Cardano, Avalanche, Solana, etc. These are going to also probably fall into the commodities category. A lot of others will too, I imagine. So all these commodities, they're going to have fewer restrictions on them since they're not going to be treated like securities. Commodities have fewer restrictions compared to securities. Now, the coins that do get deemed to be securities, well, they're going to fall under the purview of the SEC, and they will be regulated like heck. So we'll get that. At least it's clarity, right? That means some of the coins that you hold may end up being deemed securities, which may mean that they're going to be delisted from some U.S. exchanges if that happens. We shall see how all that plays out, but I think most coins will end up not being securities, or at least a good portion of them will end up being commodities, especially the big ones. And just Bitcoin and Ethereum alone make up 60%, 65% of the entire cryptocurrency market cap. We'll be fine if some coins are deemed to be securities in the USA, of course. We're just talking about the USA here, not what happens around the rest of the world, obviously. But that's big, giving the CFTC control over the commodity cryptos. Massive, massive progress here. The second big thing, transactions under $200 would be tax exempt. This is critical, absolutely critical for retail adoption. The biggest thing I hear people say when I ask, hey, would you spend some of your Bitcoin? Well, the biggest thing I say is, why would you spend your Bitcoin? The second thing that I hear people say is, I would, except for the tax problem. If I spend my crypto, then I get taxed on it. It's a problem. It's a pain in the butt. I get it. This would change everything. This would mean you could actually go and pay for lunch or buy small services, get your hair cut or whatever. Maybe you don't want to pay your Bitcoin for it. Maybe you do. Maybe you want to use your stable coins. Maybe you want to use a little bit of Ethereum, or, Doge is pumping today, so you're going to pay in Dogecoin, whatever it might be. Buy some movie tickets, right? We're seeing so many retailers adopting crypto payments. So actually letting people buy stuff in crypto and under $200 being tax exempt is a pretty damn big deal. Oh, sure, if you want to go out and buy a $35,000 luxury watch or something like that, you're still going to have to pay tax on your Bitcoin that you sell to do that. Sorry guys. But I guess if you can afford a $35,000 watch, you're probably going to be okay paying that tax. The main thing here is that we are encouraging regular retail investors and regular users to start using crypto, to start spending it. That's key to adoption and key to long-term success of this industry. The other big tax implications here come for mining and staking. So They're going to provide clarity to basically say that you're not taxed on your mining or staking income at the time of acquisition, but at the time of sale. So that doesn't then force you to have to sell immediately. You can actually mine or stake, hodl, acquire more, and then when you're ready to sell, that's when you get taxed. That's good. That's a common sense law, and that makes sense. Tax clarity has been being demanded for years by the industry, so these potential laws are a game changer. Self-custody wallets will be protected. Now, remember, earlier this year or late last year, we had the conversation that we were going to have this very dangerous crypto broker law that would essentially make everybody into a crypto broker, which would make compliance completely impossible and basically end the cryptocurrency industry in the United States for any real intents and purposes. That didn't get passed. And what we have now in the current bill basically fixes all that language, very clearly identifies what a crypto broker is, which is not your average person doing staking, not your average person doing mining, not your average person, sending Dogecoin back and forth to each other. It's actual crypto brokers. Makes sense, right? Duh. Come on, legislators, make common sense laws. I like it. This is what we're doing here. So protecting self-custody wallets, this is great. And providing clarity on crypto brokers, also great. So this protects your privacy. This makes crypto accessible to a wide range of people. Both very good things. Stablecoins have to be 100% backed. After the UST debacle, I'm sure a lot of you will be happy to hear that your stablecoins will be 100% backed, at least the US issued ones, right? So that's like USDC, BUSD, the Paxos stablecoin, for example, Paxos Gold. These will all be 100% backed. They already are 100% backed, but legally now any stablecoin providers operating in the United States have to be 100% backed. It's good for investors, provides safety, provides confidence in using stablecoins. The bill also goes into addressing other consumer protection issues, including things like stronger oversight of cryptocurrency exchanges, which is obviously a positive thing. Now, some of the missing areas, I would say, they did talk about DeFi a little bit, but basically it was like, we don't really know what to do with DeFi. Let's put together a plan and talk about it in a year from now. The bill also didn't really address NFTs in any meaningful way, so that's also something that we'll probably deal with in the future. But man, if we can just get that stuff I just talked about, game-changing beyond belief. We can do DeFi and NFTs later, that's fine. Overall, this bill is moving the industry in the right direction. I think this is the kind of legislation that actually needs to happen. It's the kind of legislation that helps, not hurts, the industry. It's a good thing. Now, let's see if the bill can actually get freaking passed. That's the real challenge, isn't it? Anyway, just my 2 Satoshis for the day. You let me know what you think about this new crypto bill. Do you think it's a positive thing? Do you think it's a negative thing? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Thanks so much for watching today's video, and peace out till next time.